What if I told you that Cristiano Ronaldo did not become a billionaire simply by being one of the greatest footballers of all time? Because the goals are only part of the story. The trophies are only part of the story. Even the hundreds of millions of people who follow him around the world are only part of the story. The real story is what Ronaldo did with all of that attention. He turned his name into a business, and then he turned that business into an empire. Today, Cristiano Ronaldo is estimated to be worth around $1.2 billion. His career earnings have passed $2 billion, and in the most recent year, Forbes estimated that he earned around $300 million. But here is the part that makes his story so fascinating. Ronaldo is still playing football, which means the story is not over yet. So how does a boy from a small island in Portugal go from having almost nothing to becoming one of the most commercially powerful athletes on the planet? And more importantly, how did he build a fortune that does not depend entirely on kicking a football? To understand that, we have to go back to where everything started. Cristiano Ronaldo was born in 1985 on the island of Madeira, Portugal. He grew up in a working-class family. His father worked as a kit man and groundskeeper. His mother worked as a cook and cleaner. There was no billion-dollar business waiting for him. There was no famous family name. There was no enormous financial advantage. There was just a kid who loved football, and he loved it more than almost anything else. When Ronaldo was still very young, his talent became impossible to ignore. But talent alone was not enough. At 12 years old, Ronaldo left Madeira and moved to Lisbon to join Sporting CP's academy. Think about what that means. At an age when most children are worried about school, friends, and video games, Ronaldo was leaving his family behind to chase a dream. He was small, he was skinny, and he was playing against boys who were already bigger and stronger than him. But he had something different. He was obsessed with becoming better. He trained constantly. He worked on his speed, his technique, his strength, his finishing, everything. And eventually, one of the biggest football clubs in England noticed him, Manchester United. In 2003, a teenage Cristiano Ronaldo arrived at Old Trafford, and suddenly the world was watching. But this is where the first transformation happened. Ronaldo did not simply become a better footballer, he became a superstar. At Manchester United, he developed from a talented teenager into one of the most exciting players in the world. He won trophies. He won the Champions League. He won the Ballon d'Or. And then, in 2009, Real Madrid made one of the biggest statements in football history. They signed Cristiano Ronaldo for a world record transfer fee at the time, around 94 million euros. Ronaldo was now playing for one of the biggest sports clubs on earth. But something much bigger was happening outside the football pitch. His name was becoming valuable. And this is where most athletes make a mistake. They think their paycheck is their wealth. Ronaldo seemed to understand something different. A football career has an expiration date. Your brand does not. Think about it. Ronaldo could score goals for another 10 years, maybe 20. But eventually, every athlete has to retire. So what happens after retirement? Ronaldo started answering that question long before he needed to, and the answer was 3 simple characters: CR7. At first, CR7 was simply his initials and jersey number, but Ronaldo transformed those 3 characters into a global brand, and that decision changed everything. Instead of simply being Cristiano Ronaldo the footballer, he became CR7 the product. Clothing, underwear, shoes, fragrances, watches, gyms, hotels, and more. The genius was not simply putting his name on products. The genius was turning his identity into something people could buy. That is a completely different level of business. Think about a normal athlete. They sign a sponsorship deal. A company pays them to promote a product. The athlete gets paid. The company owns the product. But Ronaldo began creating something different. He could use his own name, his own image, his own audience, and his own lifestyle. And suddenly, he was not just being paid by brands. He was becoming a brand himself. That distinction is incredibly important because Ronaldo already had something companies spend billions of dollars trying to build: attention. Today, Ronaldo has hundreds of millions of followers across social media. That audience is enormous. Imagine starting a new company from zero. You would need advertising, you would need marketing, you would need celebrities, you would need influencers, you would need years of work to convince people that your brand exists. Ronaldo can post a picture and instantly put a product in front of hundreds of millions of people. That is why his name is so valuable. But Ronaldo did not stop at clothing and fragrances. He moved into something much bigger: hotels. In 2015, Cristiano Ronaldo partnered with the Pestana Hotel Group to create Pestana CR7 lifestyle hotels. The first hotel opened in his hometown of Funchal, and then the brand expanded. Lisbon, Madrid, New York, Marrakech. Today, the Pestana CR7 lifestyle brand has 5 hotels across 4 destinations, and there is another hotel planned for Paris. Now stop for a second and think about what just happened. A footballer who once dreamed of becoming a professional athlete now has his name attached to hotels in major international cities. This is no longer football. This is lifestyle branding. People are not simply buying something Cristiano Ronaldo uses. They are buying an experience associated with Cristiano Ronaldo, and that is much more powerful. But hotels were only one part of the plan. Ronaldo also moved into fitness, and this makes perfect sense. His entire public identity is built around physical performance. Discipline, training, fitness. So why not turn that identity into a business? The CR7 brand expanded into gyms and fitness-related businesses. Again, the strategy was consistent. Ronaldo was not randomly investing in everything he could find. He was building businesses around the things people already associated with him: football, fitness, performance, luxury, lifestyle. That is what makes the CR7 strategy so interesting. The businesses make sense because they all connect back to the same person, Cristiano Ronaldo. But then something even more important happened. Ronaldo started moving beyond businesses that simply carried his name. He started investing. And this is where the difference between being rich and building long-term wealth becomes much clearer. An athlete can earn $10 million, spend $9 million, and still technically be rich. But an entrepreneur thinks differently. They ask a different question. Not how much money did I make, but how much money can this money make for me? Ronaldo has invested in companies outside football. He took a stake in fitness technology company Whoop. He also invested in artificial intelligence search company Perplexity. And he has continued building his interests around football and other businesses. This is a major shift, because now Ronaldo is not only monetizing his fame, he is using the money generated by his fame to buy into businesses that could potentially grow independently. That is how wealth starts compounding. But then came another chapter: Saudi Arabia. In 2023, Cristiano Ronaldo shocked the football world by joining Al Nassr. For many people, it looked like a football decision. But financially, it was something much bigger. The move transformed Ronaldo into the highest-paid athlete in the world. Forbes estimates that his most recent annual earnings reached around $300 million. A huge portion came from his on-field compensation. But the interesting part is what Ronaldo did with that money. He continued building his businesses. He continued expanding his brand. He continued investing. And he continued growing the most valuable asset he owns: his audience. Because Ronaldo's biggest asset may not be his football contract. It may not be his cars. It may not be his houses. It may not even be his CR7 products. It could be the attention of hundreds of millions of people. And attention has enormous financial value. That is why companies want Cristiano Ronaldo. Nike has a lifetime partnership with him. He has worked with major international brands. And every time one of those companies puts Ronaldo's face next to a product, they are not simply buying an advertisement. They are buying access to one of the largest personal audiences in the world. But there is another reason Ronaldo's brand is so powerful: consistency. For years, he has built the same image: fitness, discipline, success, luxury, competition, winning. Even his personal lifestyle fits the brand. His cars, his watches, his houses, his training, his body, his fashion, his football, everything reinforces the same message. This is not an accident, it is branding. And that is why CR7 became much bigger than a football jersey. But there is one question people often ask. Is Cristiano Ronaldo actually a billionaire? The answer depends on how you define it. Forbes estimated in 2026 that Ronaldo's net worth had reached approximately $1.2 billion. That estimate places him among the very small group of athletes who have reached billionaire status while still being active competitors. But net worth does not mean Ronaldo has $1.2 billion sitting in a bank account. It represents the estimated value of his assets, investments, business interests, and other wealth after accounting for liabilities. And this distinction matters because the real story is not a giant pile of cash. The real story is the machine that keeps generating money. Football creates income. His audience creates influence. Influence creates sponsorships. Sponsorships create more money. His name creates products. Products create businesses. Businesses create assets, and assets can generate more wealth. That is the machine. And it explains why Ronaldo's financial story is so much bigger than his salary. Now think about the boy from Madeira again. He started with almost nothing. Then he developed a skill. That skill gave him attention. Attention gave him fame. Fame gave him commercial power. And instead of treating fame as something temporary, he turned it into an asset. That may be the smartest thing Cristiano Ronaldo has ever done, because football will eventually end. One day, there will be no more Champions League matches, no more Ballon d'Or campaigns, no more 90-minute performances, no more goals, but CR7 can continue. The hotels can continue. The businesses can continue. The investments can continue. The sponsorships can continue, and the audience can continue. That is the difference between building a career and building an empire. A career depends on you showing up. An empire can continue working even when you step away. And Ronaldo appears to understand that better than almost anyone. But there is one final question. What actually made all of this possible? Was it football? Was it talent? Was it luck? Was it marketing? The answer is probably all of them. But talent alone would never have been enough. There are thousands of talented footballers who never become global brands. There are thousands of athletes who win trophies and disappear from public attention after retirement. Ronaldo did something different. He treated himself like a business. He understood the value of his name. He understood the value of his audience. And he understood that success becomes much more powerful when you can turn it into something that survives beyond the original source of that success. Football gave Ronaldo the platform, but Ronaldo built the platform into a business, and that may be the most important lesson in his entire story. He did not just sell football, he sold an identity, the identity of CR7, a kid from Madeira who became a superstar who became a global brand, and a global brand that became a billion-dollar empire. So the next time you see Cristiano Ronaldo walking onto a football pitch, remember this. You are not just looking at a footballer. You are looking at a business built around one of the most recognizable names in modern sports. A business that started with a dream. A business that grew through football. A business that expanded through branding. And a business that continues to grow through investments, partnerships, and an audience of hundreds of millions of people around the world. Cristiano Ronaldo may eventually retire from football, but CR7 is designed to keep playing, and that might be the greatest goal he has ever scored.